Hello, everyone. Welcome to another amazing episode of Breaking the Faith. Today, our discussion will be focused on the impact of religious life in modern society. When we look at the history of our schools, our hospitals, and our social welfare, we often find the quiet, steady footprints of religious brothers and sisters. Today, in a world that prizes individual success and digital noise, we are asking a radical question. Does the religious life still matter in 21st century? Joining us today to discuss this impact of religious life on modern society is Sister Rebecca Akpe Kume. Correct, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
As we explore why this ancient calling is more necessary and now than ever. Sister, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you here, sister.
Thank you.
So, we begin. How long have you been in the religious life?
Yeah, actually, last year I was 30.
Wow.
30 years I left my father's house to join the
Wow.
Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur.
Wow. 30 years.
Yeah.
You devoted your life to Christ.
Yeah.
Wow. In the Bible, God called many to work for Him.
Yeah.
What really inspired you to this life of religious?
Ah, actually, it's a long story, but I'm going to be brief. Yeah, what inspired me was just a passage in the Bible that says, my food is to do the will of my Father. That was Jesus' word. So that struck me so much. Those days, they have something they call an ambassador calendar. So my uncle bought it from the church, Catholic Church in Edo State, and brought that home. So when I read it, I was touched. I became restless, like I just want to do the will of God.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I always hear people say religious congregation. What does that mean? Tell us a little about your congregation, sister.
Yeah, there are many congregations and different charism. It just like the way you have different societies in the church. So also in the church, religious life, they have different bodies, like different congregation, or some call them societies. Yeah. So if like you say, I should tell you about my own congregation.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not going to talk of other congregation. I will only talk about my own congregation. My congregation is originated from France. Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur. So with the word, it's a French word, meaning the sisters of Our Lady. Yeah, so I am a Notre Dame sister.
Okay.
And the congregation, their apostolate is more of education, educating our poor people that are in need of education, especially in the most abandoned places where most people cannot reach. Then our mission also, it is to care for the poor, also in the most abandoned places. Yeah. Then how Notre Dame began was in France, in Amiens. Immediately after French Revolution, that is when our foundress, Saint Julie Biard, and a friend of hers, started the congregation in the year 1804.
1804.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since then, we are in different continents in the world, almost all the continents in the world, including Africa and Nigeria.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I could remember back then,
Mm.
my dad would tell us the story of how sisters came into Africa. They brought education to the rural areas.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
The story relates.
Mm.
Okay, so sister, both priests and religious take vows. What does that vows or those vows signifies?
Yeah. Yes, religious and priests, even deacons. Yeah, they take vows. There are three vows. I will
Okay.
call them evangelical vows: the vow of poverty, vow of chastity, and the vow of obedience. And these three vows signifies total dedication of one whole life to the service of God, just doing the will of God. So those vows enable us to do the will of God.
Hmm. Okay. Well, in everything there are misconceptions. What are those misconceptions about the religious life?
Yes, you are right. There are many.
Hmm.
Yeah, there are many. The one that just sprang up now is you know, people say that they're religious, they hate money, that we hate money because we took the vow of poverty, therefore we don't need money. We hate money. But that is not true. We don't hate money. Rather, that vow of poverty helps us to live a simple life, a life of accountability, a life of detachment, like material things. You don't really have material things you hold on to, but you can use them. Like you see me drive car. Yes, I drive car, but I am not the owner of the car. So, yeah, so it enables us to live a simple life and that sense of total dedication to God. Yeah.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
Sister, let me take you back to those vows you took.
Okay.
In a modern society
Yeah.
that prizes wealth and family, what makes a young person choose the vow of poverty, chastity, and obedience today?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. Yeah, it's not just maybe young people in this modern world taking the vow. Even elderly ones also sometimes they wonder why will a whole being would decide to embrace such life of poverty, chastity, and obedience. It has been, it's just that in the modern world now we have a lot of things that can easily distract us from God. But I would say, so just as I started, that even as a growing young girl, what actually attracted me also, or what actually made me, was just a passage in the Bible. Yes, a passage in the Bible. So God has His own way of calling His people. If it is the will of God that one we live the life of religious or a priest, or even a life of reverend brother, He has a way of doing it. It could just be you just cited a priest or you cited a sister, and that urge of becoming a religious will start. And those vows are not like a punishment. No, as I said earlier, that it enables us to serve God better. So a young person, even in this modern life, we still have vocation, We still have young girls, young boys coming, they want to become priests, they want to become religious. Sometimes it's a simplicity, like the sister of Notre Dame congregation. What actually attracted me to them was their simplicity, their way of life, the way they received me when I first visited them. So that simplicity also could be one of the things that can attract somebody to join the life.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sister.
you.
We often see religious sisters and brothers in school and hospitals. Can you share some unseen areas where they are making a difference?
Yes, very many. Also, as a growing young girl, when I was aspiring, I was like, am I going to just live my life in teaching and working in the hospital and just praying? But when I entered, I discovered that it's not just the schools and hospital. A religious life, we are more like in diverse places. The religious life actually, they are agents of evangelization. They are agents of evangelization. Like you see a religious working in churches, in parishes. And it doesn't end there. We also see us working in rural areas, in communities where you help to build up and even the poor through their social activities in the community where they find themselves. And also recently also sisters also are media evangelizers. You see them, they write books and people buy these books and the books can inspire the person to live a good life. And you see them also, they do talk and you hear them in the media also, they talk to youth, they work with youth. So we do a lot of things, not just in schools and in hospital, or countable things we do. Even now, religious lawyers, they help to settle conflicts in the community, even in the parishes, even religious life, and in the secular society we find ourselves. So they are into different things just to touch life. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sister.
you.
You just made me remember a sister of ours in school. She said she was studying she was into mass communication. Another one was like she's into guidance and counseling.
Correct,
I
yes.
was like, wow.
Yeah.
What motivated you? She said, now there's a lot of motivation. She really wants to change people's life and the rest. Saying this now, I understand properly. So, sister, in many rural or in provincial areas in the Diocese of Kotongora, when NGOs and government projects leave the church stays, how does the stability of religious life help community grow over decades?
How does stability of religious
helps community grow
to grow
over the decades?
Yeah. Let me use Kotongora as a case study because since we are in Kotongora and so I want you to really understand that religious actually through their relationship, that's like long-term relationship they build among people in rural areas also help. Yeah, and also having friends in that community, it also help. And not only that, even like helping to train young ones and the poor ones also, it goes a long way to really help. Yeah. And let me give an example. I don't know if you know our emeritus bishop, Tim Caro. I don't know if you met him. Good. He lived here for long and he learned the language of the people
Here in
in
Kotongora.
Kotongora, not just Hausa, Kambere. So he started translating English Bible to Kambere Bible. So you see that we do a lot for the stability of people in the rural areas. We do a lot.
That's a good thing, no? It's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, no vocation is without challenge.
Yeah.
People say that, and it's true.
Mm.
So, what are some of those challenges priests and religious encounter?
Yeah, with my years in the life, each person faces a different challenge. Like, I always share my own challenges, and with those I have also heard. Some of these challenges, one sometimes is rejection from family members. Yeah, at the beginning, when I told my mom that I wanted to be a sister, for her it was like madness. She looked at me and said, "You are mad." I think so. Have you ever seen somebody in a lineage who never gave birth? So that support was not there for me at that point. I needed them. So I was left to just suffer alone psychologically because now I could not go home. Each time, that the first time I went home, as soon as my mom saw me coming, she started crying. And that hurt me so much. Like, "No, why are you crying?" That I'm bringing a curse to the family, that I'm not going to give birth, that she's not going to see my grandchild. So those are some of the challenges sometimes we face. Then coming to the life itself in the society, sometimes people feel that maybe you are not human, like you don't have blood and water running on your
You
body,
don't have heart.
like no. So like the something will happen that will offend you, and they want you to just say, "I bless you," but they forgot that you can also be angry, just the way we heard
Also
in last also on the gospel that Jesus also wept. They forgot that also we are human. So sometimes also they tend to like I don't know how will I put it, like we are like this almighty God that can never be angry. And also like in religious life, also another challenge I also saw is that maybe like walking, for example, like walking the parish here, um, sometimes you see um, maybe in the societies in the church, you may have so wonderful idea, you like, let me share with people. That freedom is not there sometimes. Yeah. That freedom, you have to go taking permission, and sometimes the permission may not even be granted. Like, and so you now just see that these people, they are not doing anything with the sand. Also for me, like somebody like me that would like to share my ideas, maybe I want to talk to people. If you don't allow me to express myself, sometimes I may feel like hurt, But over the years, we have learned to live with those things,
Wow. Sister, indeed, you are trying, no? People are really trying, because it's not easy. Talking about your family, to just let go at first. They didn't understand the purpose of God in your life. And so many other persons. There are other young ones there that wish to be a sister or be a religious, but it's not easy. Coming from family. Also from the parishioners too, it's not easy. The way they do things, sister, people are trying. Because people have the hearts. People are trying. Well, it's okay. Sister, let me ask you. Have you ever regretted becoming a religious?
Not that I know, because it was nobody actually forced me. It was a decision I made. And I remember my dad said to me, he said, "You say you want to be a sister?" I said, "Yes." "Now you look at all the suitors around you, you feel you don't love anyone here." I said, "Yes, Dad, I just want to serve God. That's where my mind is." It's okay. But go. My father was very supportive. He said, "Go, but if you find out you are no longer interested, just come back home. We'll welcome you." No. So all my life, the 30 years I've spent, I see my love for God. I see yearn to know more about Him. I see yearn every day. I want to really serve Him. I really want to know who this God is. So, apart from maybe little misunderstandings we have with people outside, also in the community, I don't think I've ever, like, why am I a sister? No, I'm so proud of what I'm doing. And I really love what I'm doing.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's okay. So, what becomes the world without religious life? Have you ever thought of it? What becomes the world without religious life?
Hey, that's a very, very challenging question. Yes, so to be calm. Yes, the word itself will still continue, even without religions in the world. The word will continue. When Jesus died, what happened? The word continued, right? So even without religions, the word will continue, but it may not be interesting like the way
Religious life.
make it, yes, brings to the society.
Yeah.
Caring without reservation. You don't just have something you say, oh, maybe they know you see 100 children, you see the children like your own, you treat them equally. So without that spirit in the society also, I think something will be missing.
That's true. Honestly, it's true because, hey, without religious life in the world now, I don't think it's going to be really complete.
Yeah, and also, do you know what? I also see religious as like we are the sign of the future life. By the signs of the life to come.
Sister, why did you say so? Why did you say so?
Because Jesus said that the last day will all be like angels. There will be no children, there will be no husband, there will be no wife, there will be no like family. So everyone will be like angels. So living a religious life, I'm already living the life. So that is why religious life is more like the future life to come.
Wow. Amazing. So, sister, what advice would you give to those who are inspiring to be religious
Yeah.
or be in the religious life?
My advice to them, one, let it be that the calling is from them, not that somebody is asking you to go into it. And again, I also encourage them to first of all to pray, to have time for prayer and really ask God about the life, and also to visit religious houses or have somebody like a spiritual director that will be able to educate them and also enlighten them what the life. Yeah.
So, lastly, one more question,
Okay.
sister.
Okay.
What would you advise parents or guardians who their children want to really go into this vocation, this religious life or priestlyhood? What would you advise them to do?
That's now to the parents.
Yes.
Yes. My advice to parents is that if one of their children wants to join religious life, they should not discourage them. They should never discourage them, because these children, they are a gift from God. They are a blessing to them. So if one of them say, I want to serve God, it should be a source of joy to them, to encourage them and direct them and guide them in the right path. Yeah.
So, it's alright. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
sister.
much. Thank you.
As we wrap up this discussion,
Yeah.
we are reminded that a vocation to the religious life isn't a threat or
Yeah.
retreat from the world,
Yeah.
but a deeper derail into its heart. To the young person watching who feels the desire to make a lasting impact, do not be afraid.
Yeah.
Do not be silent.
Yeah.
In that silence, God is calling you
Yeah.
to be the hands that feeds and heals, and the voice that speaks for the voiceless.
Yeah.
Society may measure impact by profits, but the church measures it by the lives transformed. Let's continue to pray for support and encourage those who are designing in this beautiful radical path. Thank you so much for joining us today, and see you in our next episode. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sister.
much. Thank you.